What's happening, Tom?
Oh, just trying to keep the machine we're moving in the right direction.
Good. Well, how's it been going?
Well, we had a big snow event and kind of puts people in their holes or whatever. So yeah, we had like 10 inches of wet, heavy snow, but hopefully listing a house tomorrow. So it's starting to see something.
Nice. We woke up to a couple of inches this morning.
Well, northern Minnesota is supposed to get like almost 1.5 feet. Well, the next, luckily it's missing us.
Jen Zam, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Ray?
Man, I am living the dream.
Sure.
Kaylin, what's up? Ethan, Laura, how are you, Laura? You ready for this? Kaylin, I'm going to introduce you and Laura in a little bit. We'll wait for people to get on. You're on mute if you're talking to me. Oh.
Starting off good.
Did you do your CrossFit this morning?
I didn't. I went for a run today.
Well, there you go.
Treadmill, but yeah, no CrossFit. I think Kristen did. I see my Minnesota friend. Where in Minnesota are you?
Oh, I'm in Cottage Grove, Woodbury, Hastings area. How about yourself?
I lived in Minneapolis for 4 years. In Shakopee for a little bit of it, and I did a bunch of leasing around the area, so I know right where you're at. Awesome.
Yeah, just telling Ray about our fun snow.
You have snow right now?
No, from the storm.
You still got
Friday
it, right? Tom? You still have it, right?
Oh yeah, I'm looking out at some pretty good sized snow piles.
We got about 2 inches here last night.
Oh, it's gonna be like 80 here today.
Where are you?
We're in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still in Minnesota.
No.
I was
just
gonna say, are you
admiring-
guys talking about snow?
Yeah, it's been
In Dallas, right?
years.
Paul, what's it there today? I know it's like 80 or something, huh?
Me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was
space up.
92 or 94 yesterday. I think it's supposed to be up into the high 80s again today.
We haven't even hit 50 yet this year. It's like crazy colder than normal.
Yeah, it was like 60 something a couple days ago here. Now this morning it's 32 or so. Snow. Paul, I took your photo. That was a cool picture, man, of my cooking hero, smoking hero.
Right.
If you guys don't know, I have a big fancy smoker, like $3,500 smoker, right? So
Oh, geez.
and one of the guys I buy all my seasonings from, well, a lot of my seasonings is in Waxahachie, Texas, right where Paul is, which is in DFW area. And the guy's got like 743,000 followers on Instagram and 750 on Facebook, on YouTube. And I follow all of his videos and follow his recipes. I reposted your picture, Paul, to my coaches group, the Tom Ferry coaches private group. And I said, who is creative out here? What can we do to help my client to maximize this picture? You know, you got a local celebrity who's a pretty big deal there around the country. And I have not gotten one good answer.
Yeah, it's.
So,
I've
you
talked
guys
to my
have-
wife about it, but there's. I don't know.
I was Googling it too. I spent 30 minutes on it yesterday, Googling how to use a local celebrity photo, to your advantage and that kind of thing.
Well, I'm trying to have him on the podcast or to do like a video of his store here in Waxahachie because we do a lot of the local stuff.
Yeah.
So to try to do an interview with him, see if something like that helps. But I don't know about just the photo.
It was a cool picture, and it looked like a cool new theater, the old theater they're opening up or something.
Yeah, it's an old theater. It's called the Texas Theater. It's in downtown Waxahachie, which Waxahachie is the county seat of Ellis County, just the county south of Dallas. And the guy who owns the local radio station bought it and refurbished it. So it's still that old theater. It's been sitting vacant for 15, 20 years. He even left, like where it caught on fire at one time, all the soot and fire damage on the stage, so that you can kind of see that. And his opening act, that was the opening day of the grand reopening. And we're founding members, like you donate money and they put your little name on the seat. So you have your seat.
Is that what the little tag was? It
Yeah.
said Paul Fritz
The
Group?
Fritz Realty Group. Yeah. You get to sit in your seat. And so I don't know if anybody likes country music, but Miranda Lambert, she used to play there, and she wrote a song on her last album, the Marfa Tapes, called Waxahachie, which is about that theater. So that was the opening song that Jack Ingram, he was the opening act, played at the theater. So we're putting together a video with that as the soundtrack of the YouTube short, TikTok that we're going to make, and edit all the footage that I got while I was there. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. So that's a perfect segue. So this is Paul Fritz. Were you on the last call, Paul?
No, I wasn't. This is my first one.
So he's a new client with us. So Paul, tell him a little about yourself and right ahead.
Okay. So I am Paul Fritz. We just last year my wife came to work with me. We started the Fritz Realty Group, our team here. I've been in real estate in some form or fashion for almost 20 years now. I used to do commercial, and in 2012 I got my license, came over to the residential side, worked on the team with KW for a while, went over to EXP in 2017 when they were starting to grow. I've been with them since, and my wife and I, now that we have our domestic team, we're bringing on a buyer's agent next month, and looking at hiring an admin, growing the team. We're in Ellis County, which is North Texas area. I have my broker's license, so I went back 2 years ago and spent a lot of time getting all the education to actually get the broker's license, so that maybe one day I can go out on my own and do my own brokerage. That's pretty much it. We started a media group so that we do all the local, not all the local, but we do a lot of local videos of like historic buildings, local businesses, like we were talking about with Meat Church with Matt over there. And it's to the point now where other agents have reached out to us to want to do the videos of the home tours, do videos of like when they rehab their businesses, and started a podcast. So that's me. I do everything and don't have enough time, but I keep trying.
All over the place. So he's a good one to follow. I know some of you other ones you're all aspiring to do great things on YouTube and social and all that. So Paul's got some good stuff. All right. Miss Collins, Laura, what's going on? Tell us about yourself.
Hi, guys. I just started with Ray about 1 week ago, and Tom Ferry, a month ago or so. But I was with Compass and decided to leave. I got my broker's license about 5-6 weeks ago. The next week I jumped into my own company. So I'm really, really, really behind, just trying to get going with everything. I mean, everything. So that's sort of it in a nutshell.
You got some snow there too, huh?
Where
you are? Didn't you get some snow or some bad weather?
No, it's about 80 here, Houston.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I can't complain about that at all.
Yeah. Caitlin, what's up, girl?
Okay, hi, I'm Caitlin. Kristen and I are new to Ray, but we joined Tom Ferry Coaching back in October, November timeframe. So still pretty new to all of it, drinking out of a fire hose a little bit. We are in the St. Louis area. We have a team called KB Collective. Our brokerage is Worth Clark Realty.
Thank you.
And we've got, I think there's 6 agents I think. There are 6 agents, including the 2 of us on our team. And we do have a full-time in-house transaction coordinator and an assistant as well. So we kind of built our team before all of our systems. And so we are getting organized, but we're excited to be here. Also, I don't know if Kristen will say this when she introduces herself, but she was just named as one of the NAR 30 under 30 honorees for the year. So we're super excited about that. She's 29.
And a half. Get close. Are you pushing that, Kristen?
Oh yeah, I think the cutoff was end of May, and I turned 30 in July.
They look like twins, though, don't they? All right, Kristen, what's up?
Hi everyone. Thank you for that, Caitlin. I was not probably going to share that, but something we're celebrating right now. I'm Kristen. We are sisters. We're not twins, but we are sisters. Caitlin actually got into real estate a few years before I did. I joined her in 2018. It's kind of when our team was born, and then our first agent came on 2020. So like Caitlin said, we see so much potential in systems and a little bit of automation and really kind of getting to the next level with what Ray has to offer here and the team.
Very good. Who else is using Brevity here? Anybody here? So I know Tammy's using it, and Kevin uses the CRM. So anyway, you guys can all collaborate. Who else? Miss Donna. How are you? You're on mute.
Let me unmute. Hello, everyone. I'm Donna. I'm here in Idaho, where it's snowing at the moment. I've been here, for about a week and a half, maybe something like that. So I'm still new. I'm a new agent. Just got my license and just starting out. I'm with Better Homes and Garden Realty, and I'm an independent. Sometimes I wish I had a team and more structure.
Have you had any transactions yet, Donna?
I have not. In fact, the weather's been so bad, I haven't even been able to make it into the office, but only one time since I joined.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, you, I know probably all of us wish we would have gotten in Tom Ferry coaching right when we first started, right? Whew. That would have saved a lot. Tammy, what's happening, girl? Tammy's volunteered to let us use her CRM today, so I'm going to be going through some stuff with she has in Follow a Boss, so we can look at that. And they all work very, very similar, but we're going to kind of walk through the process and Follow a Boss. But Norvell, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Coach Ray, how you doing?
Now, I liked you. I was excited to see your email this morning. We got a was that a response from your most interesting postcard, or
no? That was someone in my top 150, and I received 3 calls last week. 2 couple more referrals, and then this week I received an email Sunday night. So I think things are starting to
top 150 stuff.
Yeah, all top 150 stuff.
Cool. I know. So Kristen and Caitlin just watched the Sphere and Gear video, and they're excited to implement that one. These are some of the results from some of the stuff. We like to share those, so we can all kind of learn from it. But who's on iPhone there? Christy, you're hidden. Crystal's hidden. Keisha's hidden. Christy, you're on 2. You logged in twice, I guess. Rosaline, are you in Hawaii right now?
Yeah, I'm in Hawaii. There's a little bit of a time difference, so.
Maui.
Ah, she's got the little one.
Mm-hmm.
Maui.
No, stop.
Maui? Is that what she's saying? Or mommy?
She said Maui.
Yeah. So Rosaline is a flight attendant full-time for Southwest and mostly goes to Hawaii. So rough life, huh? I'm leaving tomorrow for Italy, first time ever to Europe and out of the country, actually. Been to Mexico when I was young, but first time actually using a passport. So I'm excited about that. Who else? Anybody else? Did we miss anybody? I think we got them all. Anybody else want to say anything? You guys excited for this class? Kind of walk through a little walkthrough, and So Tammy, I was looking through some more of the drips that your person you hired put in there, and I really like them. I think they're good. They're basic. So I'm gonna just kind of walk through one of those, that buyer one that's in there, and just kind of walk through. I'm gonna reset it up, the same one really you kind of already have, but we'll talk about some things that are missing that maybe that should be added. And then as a bonus for those of you who stay to the end of this, I'm going to show you some really cool shit that I have that's even like 5, 6 years old now, that I was just digging back through some of my old emails that I had set up from my professional copywriter, who's excellent. Man, I'm getting some big snowflakes coming down right now. But from several years ago, from professional copywriter, that links to some things that are on one of my old websites that I don't have anymore. But you'll get the gist of the emails and some of the call to actions on there, and kind of the processes. And if anybody wants to R&D any of it, rip off and duplicate, let me know, and we will share it all out. So cool. Any questions? Any thoughts? What were you guys looking forward to about this class? Or unmute yourselves and speak. It's hard being by yourself presenting during COVID.
Yeah,
this was my biggest. Hated it during at Keller Williams. I teach these classes and people with the cameras off, they're just sitting there. You can't see faces, you can't see anything.
right. I'm excited today to learn more about just the campaigns and to do for the buyers. And I think you had one that was like a 10. I don't remember. I read the email when you first sent it. But like I said, we're bringing that buyer's agent on. We actually met with him last night. So trying to get him more warm leads coming in from some of our paid sources and trying to help him build his sphere so that I don't have to reinvent. I can just rip off and duplicate what you're doing and get on down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. Anybody else?
I want to see how you do it. I want to see like the process of setting it up.
It's all in your system.
I know, but I didn't set it up.
All right. Anybody else? That's a good takeaway, Paul, I think.
I think just seeing you practically kind of break it down. I think we've talked about a lot of these things, but it seems like big and scary, like a big investment. So the fact that you're going to build one out in this hour is just manageable.
And you're gonna, at the end of this class, you're all gonna go, God, that's so easy. I think a lot of real estate agents just kind of freak out. They freeze up. They don't want to do anything because they're afraid they're going to break something. You can always undo stuff. Just play around with it. All right. I will share my screen. Anybody else have anything? Oh, Keisha, you're under the weather, still not feeling well. All right. Hopefully it's not COVID. I got my second shingles shot the other day, and my arm is still sore. It was last Friday. But I hear shingles is worse.
So you didn't actually get shingles? I was going to ask about that.
No, just the second shot, the boost, vaccine, whatever.
Okay. I was going to ask my son, he's 21 and he actually got shingles. We didn't know what it was. We're like,
Really?
What is going on? It was crazy. But anyway. Okay.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like
I got
it
shingles. I was
do what?
Who was that? Was that somebody on here?
Yeah,
All right.
I think somebody bad connect.
So you guys see my screen or Tammy's screen? Don't take her lead, you guys. So this is Follow Up Boss. Who on here is using Follow Up Boss besides Tammy? Tom, cool. Anybody else? I know several of my other clients are using it. They're just not on here.
I use it.
Adam uses it. Rosaline, you use it. Yeah, that's right. Anybody else? Rosaline, have
Just
you
now
built out?
signed up.
You just signed up, Laura? Good.
Yes.
Follow Boss is a good one. Very, very intuitive, very easy, I think. And it's getting really powerful. A lot of the big teams are using it now because it doesn't directly integrate with a website like a Brivity or Sierra or Real Geeks or Boomtown, something like that. But indirectly it does through an API, and it's got a lot of really powerful features of its own. So don't get super upset if you're not using Follow Boss when you see me walking through stuff, because it'll look easy. It's easy on yours too, I promise. Okay, so don't worry about that, but we're going to just walk through it. So you guys are all seeing the.
Are you able to integrate this with your website at all, like through a token or anything?
You can, it's just you can't, you still have to kind of jump back and forth.
Yeah.
You still have to log into both for a website if you want to use the full features of the website. If you were just running a team and you wanted like buyer's agents to just use Follow Boss and not have them worry about logging into the website, you could. I wouldn't suggest it though, because you need them to log in there and set up save searches for their clients and stuff. You could just log into Follow Boss and kind of see what they're looking at. And this takes a little bit of customization, but it's not too bad. You can see what properties they're looking at, things like that, and it'll give you links to them, but you couldn't set them up on save searches. That's about the biggest thing.
Should I look at Brevity as well? I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah, Brivity's a great website and CRM for sure.
Okay.
My
Thank you.
favorites are Brivity, Sierra Interactive, Chime, which is the one that I use right now, and I only use it because it comes from Real. We're in bed with Chime and Real are kind of in bed together, and it's only $45 a month, and it's fantastic. Kind of like KV Core is with EXP. It's very cheap if you're at EXP. Real Geeks is the very first website I ever had that I really started getting some traction with ranking and getting a ton of leads. Brivity, I love the CRM. The backend functions are just amazing. They've got this really cool seller portal where they can see the marketing and stuff you've been doing for their property, and you don't have to they don't have to call you every week to find out what you've been doing to sell their house. They can kind of see if they want to use it. From what I understand and my experience, they don't really all use it. It's just another thing they don't want to do and log into, but it's cool. It's there. There's probably some good ways to drive them to doing that stuff, but Krista and Caitlin, what stood out to you guys from Brivity from your demo you just did?
Really just oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say the integration of the website and the CRM, and then we use Lion Desk right now. So just the speed at which like Brivity seems to move, Lion Desk is a little bulky for us. So we're excited to see all of that come together in one place.
Oh boy.
Yeah. More integration too, beyond like the website obviously is the big one, but small things like tracking production and upcoming closings, potentially getting transaction management in here, separate systems for all that today. So it seemed like a one-stop shop.
You were going to be able to get rid of a few of your other things you have to log into to run your business, right?
At least 2 or 3.
Yeah, good. All right, so without further ado, we'll get started here. If somebody else has any other questions? So this is the kind of the main tab here, but just about everything, go to admin or settings and kind of dig around, you'll find it. Lots of stuff here, but so here's action plans. And some CRMs call them campaigns. Some call them action plans, follow-up plans. I think Brivity has automatic action plans, and they've got normal action plans. So they all might have a slightly different vocabulary but it's all kind of the same stuff. Inside of like Follow-Up Boss, and a lot of the other CRMs have it now too, they've got action plans and automations. The difference is, so an action plan can be a list of tasks, emails, text messages, phone calls that are all get automatically assigned. Automation can be things like that if you change the stage in somebody's escrow process, that once the stage changes, it can kick off action plans. It can automatically start action plans. It can stop action plans. Tags can automatically start action plans and stop action plans. Things like that. Does that make sense? Kind of wanted to explain the difference between automation and action plans. Okay. So automations can start action plans and do other things too, of course. Is one of the many uses. But so here is, again, and just about all of them out there now have a library of action plans. So you can go into them and just take a look at all the stuff that they have. And I was just there not long ago. So here's their action plans, and here's a library. This is action plans that other people who use Follow Up Boss have shared with the whole community. So you can go in here and just R&D one if you want to. Go read through them and just start looking. Sierra has this, Brivity has a ton of them. Ben Kinney, who's the owner of Brivity, he's the one. Anybody ever heard of the 10 Days of Pain? Terrible name, but Ben Kinney created it. It's a 10-day follow-up plan for like a buyer lead that you would get online. They call it 10 Days of Pain. You can stay in contact with them for 10 days till they buy or die. Right. That's kind of the thought. But so here's so that inside of Brivity, Ben has his original 10 Days of Pain. So like here, they're all categorized here. So like buyer leads, if there's 1,023 campaigns in here that you could go and steal. Let's just say if you like this one, all you have to do is go copy it and boom, it puts it right into your action plans. You could preview it. So here's some emails. So it looks like this was from somebody at Remax, waits 2 days, sends this email, waits 4 days, waits 5 days, 8 days. So this is very short plan. Probably find some friends of yours here in the ecosystem who have submitted their action plans. 17 steps, 9 steps, 52 steps every 7 days from Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. 18 steps, 20 steps, every 10-day follow-up, all kind of stuff. Just go in here and search and look if you want something specific. And then see, here's the 10 Days of Pain right here. This guy's got a bomb video embed in here. So it says, hey, contact first name. This is your name. I guess that's a text. Then it even gives you the scripts here of what to say. Day 2 on your phone call. So don't reinvent the wheel. It's all in here. Again, all of them have the stuff like Zillow, TruliaRealtor.com plans. I like going and reading through a lot of different ones and then making it my own. Take one from here, take one from there. Well, I really like this. This will work in my area. There's drips in here that say stuff like I know about some off-market properties coming to the market. Let me know if you're interested in that. The goal here, right, is to get people to respond. That's all you want. You guys see, you get the realtor.com leads, pay-per-click leads, whatever, and they never say a thing. You can see them going back to the website all the time, but they will just never respond. When do people buy and sell real estate? On your timeline? On their timeline, right? We can't force them to buy and sell. So don't get frustrated with that. It's not personal. They don't even know you. That's see that from a lot of agents. They get frustrated. They're not responding to my stuff. They're just not ready. It's all right. If they keep going to the website, don't ever delete people from your database. If it's Mickey Mouse at donaldduck.com, leave them in there. I've seen them come back to life. Tammy, you smiled, as that's close to home there in Orlando. Huh? Leave them in there. fu@foff.com. Leave them in there. They keep coming back. And they will come back to life when they're ready. So any questions about this? The library, go check it out. They all have them, and there's good stuff in there.
Do you know how to find that in Sierra? We use Sierra and I can't find the library, so I'm having to build everything from scratch.
Have you
If
checked
not,
on
no biggie.
check on their support site? Just type in library. I'm sure they do.
The one guy asked said they don't have it, but I didn't press him on it. I don't know that he knows exactly what I was asking for. We struggled with learning the difference on action plan and automation. But once that became clear to us, we've made a lot of progress. So maybe I need to just revisit it.
I bet if you buy Tammy a cocktail at Summit, she will give you all the stuff that's in here. That's what I love about our community, even the Tom Ferry community in a whole. Guys, just ask and somebody has it and we will share it with you, right? Anybody here who's not willing to share? Get out. Just kidding.
I don't even need a cocktail.
You don't need a cocktail? There you go. I was impressed, Tammy. There's a lot of stuff in here. Even from Tammy even paid somebody. This campaign that we're about to walk through, Tammy paid for this, right, Tammy? You paid, was it big bucks? I don't remember.
I mean, depends on who you ask. It was $800.
800?
Mhm.
Pretty big bucks.
But then I didn't have to do a thing.
There you go. We'll all buy Tammy a cocktail and lunch at Summit. And thank her for this. Okay. So I'm going to just share my whole screen. All right, so this right here is kind of a copy of this plan I wanted to walk through. So what I recommend doing is just taking the Google Doc or Word document or something when you find stuff that you like and just paste it, copy and paste it. And then you can go back and organize it later on. If you find emails and drips that you like, just start pasting them and put them in one location. Then you go back and make a copy of that, or start a fresh one and say, this is going to be for my realtor.com leads. I like this email, I like this one, I like this one. And I'm going to supplement phone calls in between these two emails, text messages in here, that kind of thing. Make it your own, but just put it down on paper. And that's what I did here with this plan. And I named it Day 1, Step 1. You guys able to see this? So this is like a tag that automatically gets applied. This is the text that goes out immediately. And then Day 2. Tammy, I thought this email was genius right here. It says the subject line is, which is the best fit? And it says, hi, Tammy, which one of these options below would you say best fits your needs? 1, 2, 3, or 4. And so again, you're just trying to get people to respond. So create a photo like this, and Paul, this probably looks nothing like Dallas, right? Maybe a little bit closer to Houston, Laura. Getting close to the beach there, but it's definitely not that blue, is it? I grew up on that beach, so I know. And palm trees and things like that. But take some photos that look like your area and paste them in this email. I think it's a great idea. Non-negotiables. Hey, what are your must-haves in your next home? You're not alone. Hi there. You might feel like you're alone in the questions, but buying a home can be overwhelming. Connect over the phone. Okay. Are you struggling with any of these? Not sure where to start, struggling where to find a home. Again, you're just trying to get a response. And most CRMs, the good ones now, you can, when you're setting up a campaign, you can have it where it automatically stops the campaign. once they respond. So like if they respond to an email and say, yes, I'm having trouble with number 2, or like number 2 is my type of house I'm looking for, then it will stop, because then, you'll call them or you'll start a dialogue with them through your email. You don't want those campaigns to still keep running, because then you sound stupid. Then they know for sure they're being dripped on. So that's a sign of a good CRM, when they can stop campaigns. All right. So I'm going to go back to just here and we'll start building it. So I'm not going to be able to see your faces now, but we've got these split screen here. So action plans. Let's go back to the home. Start a new action plan. What do we want to name this? NTRR buyer lead online. So you see this right here, automatically pause this action plan when the lead responds. If you have a team, you can share it with your team, or you can make this just something for you. So each step you can have to where it's contingent on the last step, or you can just make it automatic. So this one, we're going to make it immediate, and we're going to do a text message. Where is it? Am I missing it? Oh, add an initial text message right there. So this is there we go. So these are merge fields. So this is going to be like right here, agent name. Do agent first name, agent last. So the agent name, this is going to be their whole name. So if you just click on this, see it puts in the merge field code. Just like this right here is their first name. And then lead source. They don't all have this. This is a little bit tricky right here. So like when your CRM automatically sucks in a lead from realtor.com, it'll say the lead source is realtor.com. If it does that, then you can do, hey, just received your request from realtor.com. Otherwise, you could just leave it kind of generic. I just received your online request, something like that. So these are the differences between really good CRMs and not so good.
Ray, can I jump in with a quick question?
You bet.
So like source name, for example, if let's say you have this plan set up and it doesn't like register a source name for the lead, is there like, will it come through like that where someone see like percentage sign source name, or will it like give you an error? What is how smart is it?
If it's a merge field like this, it'll say hi and it'll be blank. If it doesn't have their first name in there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's a good question, because sometimes I like to have a 15-minute pause before things start kicking off, just so that if I'm awake, if it's in normal business hours, if it pops up on my phone and like you see that it's a screwed up name or something, you can fix it real quick. And then when the automation kicks off, it'll look right. And
thank you.
It's funny when sometimes people will put their last name in the first name field or something like that, and then things are kind of screwed up. If you notice things like that, or if it's all lowercase or all uppercase, fix it, because it's going to send it out exactly like how they put it in. But automation is a great thing, but it's not perfect. Sometimes some CRMs can autocorrect names, like with the first letter capitalized and the rest of them lowercase. But that's a good point. Any other questions about any of that? Anybody? So, so then we are going to do a tag. This is all on day 0 still. I'm going to say add a tag, and what's the tag going to be is just buyer. You do buyer and seller, you know, whatever kind of campaign you're setting up. Then we're going to add another step. The next step was we're going to send this email, which the subject line right here. All right. Send an email. So the way Follow Boss is set up is you go and you create the email in a library of templates, and then you just tell it which one to put in. But if it's not in here already, you just click on add a template. And so here's the subject line. This template, we could name it your INQ RY from source. Just name it whatever. And then here's the actual email. Again, merge fields right here. Merge fields here for subject line. And then you could do the agent name. You could also do, if you wanted it to be your actual email signature, there's a merge field in here for signature. I recommend don't do pictures, don't do a lot of that stuff, because the more HTML you have, the more likely it could go to spam. Okay. The more basic plain text you have, the more likely it'll land in their inbox. Does that make sense? So in these initial drips and things, it's best to just keep it as simple. And plus, copywriting 101, don't write a big block of words. It goes all the way across the screen, all the way across the screen, all the way. It's really hard to read. Very short. You've noticed a lot of professional writers in email marketing, they'll go halfway across the screen and then they'll do a return, and it won't be more than 3 lines at a time. And then there's a paragraph break and bullet points. It draws your eye. People want to read it. You know, when they open up the email, if it looks like a lot of work, boom, they're out of there. A lot of people think they've got to write a book and they've got to write eloquent. Write like you talk. Make it very, very simple. Another thing about email marketing, I know I've talked with a lot of you about this, but remember this: middle of the week and middle of the day. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays are terrible, and Mondays terrible. People are just getting back into their work. Middle of the day, so Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, right after lunchtime, is when I recommend sending out email marketing. If your CRM can do it, a lot of them can't. Follow Up Boss, you can schedule specific times to send things out. Right, Rosaline?
No. I tried to send
No.
out remember what happened? I tried to send out my luxury pick of the week, and I scheduled it, and I put so much work into that one, email, and
But that was user error, wasn't it? That wasn't.
I don't know, have you guys scheduled anything before using like the batch emailing and then sending out an email? Because I could never even find it to be able to redo it. I don't know where the email went.
But you were able to schedule it, right? I think you just maybe you did AM instead of PM or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a one-off, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great tool.
But so Rosaline really likes being able to see. She got all excited. I remember it was funny how she could see where people were opening up her email 7, 8, 9 times. Her investor pick of the week and luxury pick. So that's really cool. But
Stalker status.
yeah. right after lunchtime, though, is when people are bellying back up to their computer, they're just kind of easing back into their workday. It's the best time to send out email marketing if you want people to consume your content. Don't do it on Mondays, don't do it on Fridays. You know, if I can get a little bit icky here for just a second, right? When you wake up in the morning, you know, and people are in the bathroom, they've got their phone, delete, 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 delete. Most email servers send out stuff at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., because that's when they're not busy. Most drip campaigns and stuff are sent out like that. That's why you have so much crap in the morning, first thing. If you can, try to send your stuff during the middle of the day. Right after lunch, I recommend like 1:15 to 2 o'clock. Best times. Sound good? So save that one. Okay, so that's day 0. Next step is another email. This is that one with the pictures. So we're going to go 2 days after the previous step. Well, no. 1 day. So see, it says day 2, but 1 day after the previous step. Going to be send an email. And we're going to create a new one. Subject line is going to be this. We'll just call it the same thing. And the message is going to be all this. There we go. And I will put the thanks agent name. I like this, how they just have agent name instead of an email signature with a lot of HTML, your logo, or any of that stuff. In campaigns and drips like this, I'd recommend doing that instead of fancy high HTML signature that you have. Okay, just thanks, Caitlin. That's all this is. Caitlin Barks. Okay. Pretty simple, guys. Do we want to walk through
These
the whole
pictures
thing?
that you're pulling from, are these photos that you're putting in there, are they from the MLS, like different photos from the MLS?
Oh, the photo that was in this email?
Yeah.
No, this is just one that Tammy's person that she hired to do this, I guess, came up with. It's just 4 different photos of different types, different styles of properties. And it just says which
Oh, got
one
it.
best fits you. So no, you
Okay,
can go
got
get
it.
some stock footage or something from that.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
I
So
have a
that's
question for the copyrights on the photos. There is an issue if you use like
you guys,
anyone on the internet, because I heard and you're not supposed to use photos and it doesn't belong to you for the
Yeah.
copyrights.
I have been slapped by the board 2 or 3 times. My hand slapped. I'm all about asking for forgiveness, and you know, I've never gotten a fine or anything, just a little hand slap. No big deal. But there's plenty of stock photos you can find from Unsplash is a website that has stock photos that are free. Unsplash, UNSPLASH. iStock photos, you can go and buy photos. But you think about who this is going to, Laura. These are leads coming into your website. What are the chances that you know, they're going to complain on you about a photo? I don't think much. I just wouldn't go use photos of somebody else's listing or something like that that you're blasting out to your entire database. Then you might be running a little bit of a risk. One of the times I got my hand slapped, I reused some photos that were a rental property or something like that, and I took the old MLS photos, and no, my client bought the property, and we used the photos from the MLS to when they made it into a rental. I was gonna make like $200 on it, and I didn't want to pay for photos. So. And then the agent complained. My bad. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. All right. Next step is this one is wait till day 9. And it's another email. So that was 2. So we're going to do this one 7 more days. So 9th day. Send an email. Template. Non-negotiable as a title. And here's what the email looks like.
Do you know if more than one action plan can run at the same time?
Yes, you can.
Because I think she only has emails on her action plans, and I'd like to have, tasks. So maybe instead of messing with her action plan, I can find another action plan that has tasks like, hey, call or send a text or something, and then run them both at the same time.
So you could do it right in this action plan if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Add tasks or add phone calls and text messages. Is that what you mean, Tammy? Or you just want 2 completely different ones?
No. I mean, I don't know if I want to mess with the one that she put in there, for example. But yeah.
So, and you see these little dots right here, guys? If you want to rearrange these, just drag and drop. Very simple. And you see, so like these email templates right here. Look, there's 430 email templates in here. So all you have to do is write it once, and then you just grab it and use it in different campaigns. I say campaigns, it's action plan, same thing. Okay. Just one of the CRMs I used heavily for a long time called it campaigns. They were all marketing campaigns. So that's just kind of what I use in my vocabulary. But I noticed Tammy too on several of her action plans. She had the same emails, just in different orders. But if you wanted to put a phone call in here. Well, am I not seeing it?
Well, I think you would just do create task and then.
Oh yeah.
And then do the task name.
Do you have the phone number? You have the texting and everything here, right, Tammy?
Yeah.
It has a dialer built into it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it won't. So yeah, okay. You just create.
Well, I mean, I think you have to pay for dialer. I do have the phone number, but
you could say
you have to pay for the dialer.
Call number 1. Here you go. So here you could assign it to, like if this were a transaction plan, you could assign it to your transaction coordinator, or you could assign it to whoever owns the lead, or you could assign it to the team leader, Caitlin and Kristen, we talked about the other day. Tasks, right, for you guys to do during closing plans. Or you assign it to the lender. But agent assigned to the task. Okay. And we could do another step. And you could take this if we wanted to and move that up during day 0. Right. Pretty simple, huh?
So sorry, so it'll automatically set a task for you based on where you are in the action plan.
Yeah, when you log into your CRM, you should have a little red dot notification up there saying you have a task to do. Make this phone call. Or on your app on your phone, you should have a task on there and you could do it right from your phone. Follow Boss has a great app, and you can clear tasks that get assigned to you and stuff right from your app. A lot of CRMs too now. I mean, their websites are so mobile friendly. Just logging in and using it on your phone, and phones are so big now, you don't really need an app. You can do a lot of the stuff just by logging into the website on your Chrome on your phone.
So I have a question really quick. So using this, so I used to use get response to send out my email campaigns. With this, are you able to take, like, if you had a lead magnet through Lead Pages or something, will it import your contacts for you from another site?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Good question.
Yeah, I get mine from like HomeLight and Realtor.com and Zillow. Everything goes to my follow-up boss.
Yep. So that should be in your settings somewhere. Should be integrations. Like IDX integrations. So like these are all the different types of like IDX broker. I've used it, Sierra Interactive. Like if you wanted to connect your Sierra Interactive website and use Follow Up Boss as a CRM, you could do it right here. Real Geeks. Zapier, anybody ever used Zapier before? Yeah.
I haven't, but they talk a lot about it in they have like a Facebook group for follow-up and for follow-up boss, and they talk about it a lot in there.
Yeah. So Zapier, Donna, is would be a good solution for what you're talking about if the CRM doesn't directly act with like funnel pages or something like that. I know that's what you're talking about. Zapier is a third party, so you've got Lead Pages here, you've got your Follow-Up Boss here, and you've got Zapier here. So what Zapier does is it talks with both of them through their APIs. So instead of it just going straight, you just use Zapier as a third party. And it's, so I mean, shoot, I think they call it a zap when you set up a zap. I think for your first 5 zaps or something like that, it's free. And then after that, you could get like 100 zaps for $20 a month or something. It's pretty inexpensive. Zapier's pretty cool. See, Lopo, there's another popular one. Zillow, of course, you can pull in all your Zillow leads. You put your pixel here from like Facebook ads, and everything would get put into Follow Boss from Facebook leads. Good question. Anybody else? Anything?
Well, when I text, I was initially texting through Follow Up Boss, and it uses a different number. So then when they respond through the text on Follow Up Boss, is there like a way to get that kicked over to give my phone like a notice? Because I keep missing things. Like sometimes I'll text through my cell phone, and then, like say one of the action plans, they respond via, or I just text them through the CRM. It's just, it seems like you have to kind of like toggle between the both. And if it was like,
So they're responding to you, but you're not getting the notice that they did?
yeah, because if you text through your CRM, it just stays in the CRM. It doesn't go to it's not connected to your cell phone.
Right, do you have the app on your phone though? I mean, because you can just turn on notifications. I have that too. I'm actually trying to see if I can just switch everything over to my Follow-Up Boss number. That way I can keep it all in the Follow-Up Boss, and not have to like transfer everything from my phone in there. Because I have that same issue. But I do text from my phone in Follow-Up Boss.
So you just keep it in. You just keep it in Follow Up Boss when you text. Because I mean, when they respond to you too, or they just try to reach out, or if you're using, like they're gonna contact you on your text or through your phone.
Right.
And then you're saying like you just turn on a notification on your app on Follow Up Boss when they text you through Follow Up Boss.
Yeah. And then I have like the banner, and it tells me like how long it's been, and like, it makes me feel bad that I haven't answered. So.
Yeah.
Right on. Got it.
Good. Another thing too, watch, we can do. This was a good question. It always sparks new ideas. So you can create a task here. Task name is going to be share my contact. What do they call it on your iPhone? VRF file or something like that?
Or your contact card.
Yeah, share my contact card. There we go. Let's say this is a text. You're going to assign to the assigned agent. And we're going to move this up to day 1. So what I would do on your phone, hopefully y'all use iPhones. I can't help you if you don't. Save yourself and your contact information and your favorites, right? When you get a brand new lead, and you make sure you have your follow-up boss number, your Sierra number, your Brevity number, whatever, in as a mobile in here. So put your mobile and your Brevity number as a mobile. And if you have an office number you want to put in there, put that too, but your email address and everything, then share that to your contacts. So now when you text them from your mobile phone, it shows up Caitlin Barks. If you text them from Brevity, it'll show up Caitlin Barks when they look at their phone, if they save it. So that was a good question and reminded me of a little tip. Does that make sense? Everybody get that? All right. Do we want to keep walking through about creating that plan? I mean, you guys get the gist. It's very simple. Anybody think it was hard? That's all there is to it. Can't break anything. Cool. Now we can kind of go and look at some other emails and stuff that I think are pretty sexy. That sound good? Anybody want to keep walking through it? Cool. All right, I got chat going on here. Recently discovered follow-up boss can connect to Gmail, and if a follow-up boss user get a lead from another CRM, it automatically creates a new record in follow-up boss. I'm not sure I'm understanding that. Who's sending that? Is that Christy?
No, that's Brandon. Sorry, I'm on my iPhone.
Oh, hey, Brandon. What is that a question? What's up?
No, I was just trying to share because I've been playing around with Follow Up Boss a lot, and I also run off of KV Core. The feature I found was it can connect to Gmail, and if you get a lead through another CRM, Follow Up Boss has the ability to create a record in Follow Up Boss, and it kind of tags it. It puts all the information in there, and then you can apply like a campaign or action plan, if you will. So that was a cool feature.
Yeah, that's called an email parser, is what they call that. It most lead companies send a template email every time you get a lead, right? They look exactly the same. It just has the name in there and the email address and the phone number of the client and maybe the city they were looking, the price range, that kind of stuff. And it recognizes that information and it can suck it in. My Chime CRM started doing that, and I didn't set anything up. I didn't connect it to my agent finder or anything like that. And I get emails and it just automatically gets put into my CRM. So pretty cool. I think that's what you're referring to, right, Brandon?
Yep, exactly.
Cool. Anybody else? Any other questions?
Well, I was just, so Brandon, you use KV Core and Follow Up Boss, use both of them?
Yeah, my broker provides KV Core for free. And so that's what I've been using for like the IDX website. And so leads will come through on that side. And then it's filters right to my Gmail account. And then Gmail is connected to Follow Up Boss. And that's where the leads are kind of falling into Follow Up Boss without me having to manually enter them. So yeah, I'm working off of 2 CRMs, not ideal, but with Follow Up Boss not having that IDX, at least on my end, I haven't gotten that far. It seems to work for now, but it's not ideal. I'll say that.
Okay, because yeah, I'm with EXP, right? So they give you KV Core, but if I leave the team, then I'll lose Follow Up Boss. So I was thinking about just switching over to KV Core, but using, I think for IDX Real Scout, do you guys use that? Yeah. I like the analytics with that.
Real Scout is a way to send them property, safe searches, right? Is that what you do? I've never used Real Scout. So instead of having your own website, it's not really your website, but you can still put them on safe searches and you can see what they're doing. Yeah. I think it's pretty inexpensive too. Right? So that's one way to do it, but you're not really building an asset. I love websites because you are building part of your business and it can be an asset that is sellable, right? If you build it out over time. The more time and strength you have on that thing, you can, it's worth something. Right. Are you guys seeing my screen now? No. Yeah. You see my email? So these are some, I was just digging around early this morning. These are old emails that I found from, I saved this in my Infusionsoft campaign folder, right? I hate losing stuff, right? When you rip off and duplicate it, save it somewhere. You'll never know when you'll change CRMs and you're like, oh shit, I wish I had that email campaign I had before. I've got so much stuff saved. Look at this one. And I totally forgot about this, but who's in the news right now? Donald Trump. Donald Trump apprentice, how to fire your real estate agent in 24 hours or less. So this was, I was doing an easy exit listing agreement that I was promoting out there, right? If you don't like my services for anything, any reason, you can fire me at any time. And remember Donald Trump and the apprentice, you're fired. That was a big deal. So that's what this was based off of. But how timely is this right now? He was in the news today. Turning himself in for whatever it was he did. No. Before his adventures in politics, Donald Trump hosted The Apprentice. It was a fascinating glimpse at inner working. This was all done by a professional copywriter. It also lets you see what can happen if someone failed to meet expectations. On an all too regular basis, Donald Trump would thunder, you're fired, to a nervous apprentice. At the Lux Homes team, we think ability to fire your real estate agent in the same way. The best part, you don't have to do it on television. You can even fire your real estate agent without saying a word. Learn how easy. See, I don't think this links to anything. Yeah, my website's down, gone. But all this kind of stuff, Resaline, I know you'll like. When they click on these links, it would tell you they clicked on a link, not just open the email, but they clicked on a specific link. And when they click on this link, it could tag them, Donald Trump apprentice email or whatever. Lots of things you can do. That's automation again. PSs are big, guys, huge. Always drive them to something else, not just read your content and they're done. Want to know what goes into successful negotiations? This was a blog post I did. Did y'all know I'm a master certified negotiation expert? I took all 3 classes. I thought that was cool, right? There was only a handful of people in Texas at the time that had that. And so that was one way to differentiate yourself. But this went to a blog post talking about that and the ACCE method of negotiation. You know, these are just things that is it really important? I don't know, who knows, but the clients read it and they think, wow, he's got that. And he also has this easy exit listing agreement. Let's just use him. Why not? You're giving them a reason to use you. It's like the gift with purchase, you know, when you go buy some perfume, right? And they have a little handbag. You probably wouldn't have bought it otherwise. It's just a little extra thing. It gets people to move. Anybody like that email? So this is a blog post about a blog post I did. It's driving people to the blog post on the 6 ways your real estate agent has a fiduciary responsibility to you. I probably have the blog post saved somewhere on my computer. So the kind of in a roundabout way, this talks about how going directly to the listing agent, the listing agent has a fiduciary responsibility to the sellers. And you as a buyer's agent have a fiduciary responsibility for the buyer. That's what and you're trying to get them to stop going directly to the listing agent, Anybody get those online leads? They think they're calling the listing agent. And it's hard to overcome that. It's a tough objection. Protecting your best interest. And again, those PS. Again, this is another email, but driving them to that negotiation. Multi-purposing things. I love this one. This was my idea. I didn't write this, but this was my idea. Does your real estate agent know the sneaky trick for finding homes? Again, this was back in 2017, 18 when I had this going, but home inventory was tight, right? And that's top of mind with a lot of people, especially when they're going agent to agent to agent and they're calling people all over Zillow, all the real estate agents. But a sneaky little trick to find houses that other agents don't know about. Again, you're just trying to differentiate yourself.
I feel like these would be perfect. Your titles are perfect thumbnails and these are perfect YouTube videos.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this would get me to move, right? If I've been looking at properties, I've been writing offers and they're not getting accepted, tight inventory, maybe I'll reach out to this agent. They know something else, or they know how to find other properties. My agent's not talking about it, right? Anybody like that one? So here's the ACE method on negotiation. Again, it's just talking about stuff because other people aren't. Is it the best real estate agent that makes the most money? It's the best marketer that makes the most money. Same with doctors, lawyers. It's the best marketer. Anybody want this email? Probably find the blog post too. See, there's another PS. Remember in our cover letters for our farming technique, we got the 3 free offers. You can use that in just about anything. I know you're not ready right now, but when you are ready, there's 3 free offers you might want to take advantage of. Number 1 is our pinpoint price analysis, guaranteed to sell your house at this price or more. Guarantee can be whatever you want. Number 2 is the room by room review. We'll come out and do a room by room review. It takes about an hour. Let you know exactly what you need to do. Sell your house the most amount of money, least amount of time. Number 3 is our iBuyer program. We could potentially sell your house without even going on the market, saving you time and effort of doing everything. Always have a PS. Are these useful? Just help? Good ideas?
Yes, very good.
Another buyer just got a seller to take less for their property. The buyer got a good deal. Again, we're just trying to get people to respond, to reach out to you. It's all about the subject line, right? Stay away from agents trying to push bad real estate on you. This is kind of fun going back to these emails. I haven't looked at them in a long time. Set up a home search here. They haven't done so already. I need a PS on this one. Let's see. Look at all these emails I've had just saved. Keep everything, guys. Tammy, you should go into your follow-up boss and make copies of all those campaigns in there. And there's thousands of them. I can't even remember what this report is. Gosh. Compatibility report. None of these links work anymore. Yeah. All right, what questions do we have? Oh, look at this one. Here's how I got 160 something reviews. I have a $30 Starbucks gift card reserved in your name. I recently bought a bunch of $30 Starbucks gift cards, and I set one aside for you. I'm sitting on my desk, ready to be mailed out to you. All I ask in return is before I send it to you, you write a short, honest review. It talks about your experience with Dallas Lux Homes, and then post the review to 6 different places online. It only takes 5 minutes, I promise. I gave my copywriter my idea, and he wrote this stuff. I didn't write it. I can't write this well. Step 1, 3 sentences, make it very short. More specific, the better. Then paste that in Zillow, and then copy that and go to Facebook, Realtor.com, Google, Yelp, and HomeLight. And here's the links, and paste the same exact thing. And then forward it to me, and I'm going to send you my Starbucks gift card. Then I even add down here a bonus. I also send you a super secret surprise, and it was a picture of this, a Dallas Lux Homes Yeti mug, and I would actually send them a $30 gift card and a Yeti mug if they did all 6 of them. Work like gangbusters. Let's see. These were lead generation magnets, follow-up emails for like, oh, look, here's our 3 free offers right here. Caitlin, you think I've said that a few times? Kristen? I know you're not ready right now, but when you are ready, here's 3 free offers you might want to take advantage of. I think I might do a class on this one. The competition eliminator. 6 crucial questions you absolutely must ask your real estate agent if you're thinking about buying or selling. What this does is this gives them a list of 7 things that they should ask another real estate agent. And they're all geared towards making you look like a superstar, right? Do they specialize in luxury, or are they a legend in their own mind? You know, do they have, 155 star reviews, whatever? You write this to where it's geared towards you, but now that's your competition eliminator. Here's that room by room review. Come on, talk to me. Are these helpful? Anybody want any of this stuff? All righty. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have. Hopefully, you guys, it's not hard building these things out. It's really not. You just got to dig in and do it. Watch the video that they have, pause it, put your next item in there. You can move them around. It's not a one and done thing. It's constantly evolving. Paul, what do you think, man?
It's some good stuff in there. My problem is I try to do everything all at once. So some of the emails that you had in there with the 3 calls to action or the 3 free things, I like that. We got to start putting more of that in there. And then the headline, I slack on the subject line, right? Like what's going to really grab them and make them open the email. So
I have somewhere on my hard drive, it was from a marketing company. It was I don't know, like 300 of their top hitting subject lines.
Okay.
And you could just take it and tweak it, to where make it yours or whatever you're doing. Like secrets of top 3 things, that
everybody loves a list. If you do a top something list, people will read it.
And everybody loves a secret.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you earlier, but I don't want to interrupt the flow. So whether it's the Z-Buyer leads or open house leads, our action plans are pretty similar. But they go through the automation part of it's going to send out an email that says, hey, we'd love to buy you a cup of coffee and go over, you know, what you're looking for in a house. And then there's a link to here's your free buyer's guide. So we try to give them that free buyer's guide, and then, you know, you keep on with the save searches. There's like 3 or 4 things we offer, but just putting that link or attaching a document to the emails have a difference in it going to spam or promotion, or marketing, like in the Gmail folders or any of that. Do you know? Like you're talking about HTML, if there's too much HTML in it, it can hurt you. Would adding those downloadable items hurt you as well?
So you're gonna attach it to the email, or you're gonna put a link that sends them somewhere where they'll download?
So there's 2 ways, and we're playing with it right now in Sierra, because you can insert the link that just lets them download it, or you can bring them back to your website. And we're like, we don't know which one's better yet. We're kind of A/B testing it, because people are gonna be scared to download something, right? Just out of an email, maybe a virus or something like that. Plus, you want the SEO of them going back to your website, but people might not want to visit the website. So we're A/B testing it, and I just don't know if there's a factor that we're not considering that might be affecting that test when you brought up the HTML stuff.
I think so. If they click on a link, it's probably going to go to an Amazon hosted place where they can download the document, and that's pretty safe. But even driving them to the website, that's pretty safe too. I would probably stay away from putting an attachment in the email. A link would probably be better. I think Sierra drives them to an Amazon hosted page where those documents are. You know, and that's all considered pretty safe. But
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
what else? Norvell, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think the issue of having just sorry, my daughter's here, setting aside the time to kind of build out this stuff. And that's something I need to work on myself. But yeah, I like the emails. I've gotten a lot of good responses from the pointers you've given me so far. And so I just need to just take the time to continue to build out my system so it can just run smoothly.
You got some good responses on the stuff I shared with you?
Yes, I have. Yeah, this is weekly now, so it's been good.
Awesome. Stevie, you new kids on here, man. Nothing gives me more pleasure when I hear the successes that you know, the responses that they're getting from the things that we've worked on and implemented together. Very cool. So what did let me share my screen one more time. So here is Tammy's campaign. Day 1. This is all stuff I copied and worked on this morning. All the way through to day 833. All the emails, an email campaign for that much. I see that share button up there. I could share it to you guys.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you mind sharing that, because that would be a great starting point for us to go and break out some stuff. I mean, 833 days is a lot, but you know, to a point you made earlier, about just keep on following up. I've had people 4 years, they haven't answered an email, a text message, a phone call, and then they call me and they're ready. They hear your voice, they see your face, they know you're there. They just don't answer for whatever reason. So it's buy or die. Absolutely.
Because they're ready now.
Mm-hmm.
And they like the stuff you've been serving them, the content, right? And they've learned to like you and trust you. If they didn't know you, right? That's why you send out those things like the ACE negotiation method and the competition eliminator, that kind of thing. That competition eliminator, if anybody was interested in that, I saw a few heads nodding. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I taught that at Keller Williams class. How many people implemented it out of the 300 agents I had there? No, 0. Close, Paul, though. I'll guess 2 if you didn't see that. It's 0.
Yeah, and I don't get it. Like when we're training or talking to our buyer's agent, we're bringing on the other day, I'm like, there's all this stuff out here if you just do it. But people won't just do it. And I don't understand that mindset. It's okay for me because that's less competition from the people who won't just do it. But I never understood that.
Exactly right. 100% the difference between success and not is implementation. Implement something, do something. So I forgot I had a couple of other emails down here. One other email. I thought this one was really good. I pasted it down here at the bottom as a little bonus. See this? The subject line is a face with the name. Hi again. You may not know who I am. Let's change that. Here's a page you can go to know it's me. Just driving them to your bio page. And maybe you have a embed little video or something there. The more they see you and, you're not a scary person behind the World Wide Web, you are this normal person that you're very approachable. The better. The video texting is great to throw in here. Kristen, was it you talking about that the other day? Creating some, scheduling out your birthday calls, doing batch recording them.
Yeah, like little videos, all thinking in my.
Yeah.
It's an idea. I haven't done it.
Good idea. Oh, this actually goes to Tammy's page. I never clicked on that link. Okay. Our beautiful new website. Any other questions, guys? We're down an hour and a half, but fire away if you have any. Do you have a better handle on CRMs and campaigns or drips, follow-ups, action plans, whatever you want to call them? When you get really cool, really good, right? So you have a buyer goes under contract, you've got a campaign that happens that fires off stuff. Here's our favorite appraisers. Here's where we are in the process. Here's what's happening next. The automation that we were talking about earlier can flow right into once closing does happen on August 31st, then they go into the brand new past client plan, which phone call day 7, day 14, day 30, day 90, day 365, and maybe some other things in there too. And then they go into a long-term past client plan. That's the automation, one rolls right into another. And everyone in your database should be on some sort of a plan.
Yeah, and I was to that point, I was talking to some agents the other day about once you close, that you'll be shocked how many people don't follow up at 30 days, 60, 90, a year, just staying in touch, but that there should never, like the We Sierra. So you have the new status. It should never be new. Once you've gone, and it should never be closed. Once you've closed, it goes back into qualify of the next campaign, right? So you're just back into, they bought a house through me, so now they're a potential seller in the next 4 to 7 years. So what is that campaign? What is that action plan? And use the automation to switch them, and agents didn't do that. And then I threw another one at them of when somebody buys one of your listings, once you closed, their relationship with their agent is over, and that agent isn't going to follow up. So you put them into that campaign, and now you were the listing agent that calls them in 30 days. Did you move in well? Everything go okay? You have any questions about the house? If you need to get in touch with the old sellers, please reach out to me. And then you put them on then, and in their mind, you're the listing agent. The person that helped them was the buyer's agent. So when they get ready to sell, they're calling you. But people don't think that way with the automation and the action plans.
You're exactly right. I was looking in here. It's called the Adopt a Buyer plan. There was one I saw it earlier. Oh man, one of the top agents in my market back in Texas did that to one of my buyers. I got so mad, but I thought, damn, good for him. And I need to rip that off. Yeah, if you're the listing agent on property and somebody buys your property and the agent is 2, 3, 4 deals a year agent, put them into your Adopt a Buyer plan. Give them a call after 30 days, knock on their door. After 90 days, they will think you were their agent because that agent does nothing. Now you just adopt them, put them right into your database. Past client, follow up. A good point, Paul. It's really good. Anybody done that before? Adopt a buyer? Don't do it with top agents in the area, but because they're going to probably follow up with them. But you know, onesie, twosie, threesies, take them. All right, guys. Rosaline and I think have a call, don't we? All right.
All right.
Well, let me know if you want any of this stuff. Like I always say, all you gotta do is ask.
Yeah, absolutely. And have a wonderful trip for your first time out of the country to Italy. You have fun.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't know how much I'm gonna have my phone and internet with me. I know it's an extra charge, and y'all know I'm a tight ass, so I don't like paying. All right, guys. Let me know if you
Thank
need
you.
me. See y'all later.
Thanks.
Thank you. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.